So welcome back to my channel. This is Gamer Dom and this is the god-awful looking Patriot tank. This is the premium American heavy tank that was launched fairly recently, the T26E5 Patriot, and it comes with this god-awful colour scheme. I'm here on Westfield. You can see it's a tier 8 matchup, which is rather good. It's a tier 8 tank, so I'm top tier. And I'm coming up here immediately to try and use the gun depression and the turret. Oh, and there's a T29 who obviously wasn't paying attention to me, didn't see me until I fired. There's no artillery, so this is a godsend. Now he's really going to try and poke. Oh no, there's an IS there as well. We'll have a go at him. One of the beauties of this tank is its reload. With this, I've got a good crew on this tank, and we're going to pop out. That was a bit stupid. I've got a good crew, and even then I have just over, what is it, 5.82 reload time, so I can whip out shells like you wouldn't believe. They're also APCR, so they tend to fly very quickly and hit the target almost immediately, and this is a fantastic brawling tank. Now, I played about 20 games in a sequence with this tank, and I had some absolute crackers. This was one of the better ones. Really enjoying this tank, even if I hate looking at it. It burns my eyes, frankly. Why Wargaming didn't give EU people a chance to buy it in its vanilla colours, I have no idea where to buy that god-awful colour scheme. So the IS couldn't resist having a look, but I managed to waft my shot. Now it doesn't know how quickly my reload is. He's bouncing shells off my armour. It hasn't got the sort of didn't do a good job there. It hasn't got the sort of turret that the other American heavy tanks do, the titanium T32s and even the T29, but it's still pretty bouncy. Now I'm moving in to help this IS. Going to try and get round and take out this T29. Put a good shot into him. He's going to die, so I'm going to move on to the IS. May take a shot here, and I do. I didn't angle quite enough, but I managed to take him out, and somehow the T29 is still alive. I thought he was going to be left alone, so I just moved on from my next target. IS is now panicking. Try to put one into my turret, which is not the best place to do. Unfortunately, I leave the IS on 57 health. The IS finally takes out, the T29 is finally taken out. Meanwhile, there's a SU's got involved. Our IS-3 has been taken on by their one, but that gives me a chance to do a bit of booty work. So one up the chuff from me, and I'll reload again in 5 seconds. He's turned his gun to fire at me, which is a bit inconsiderate, I reckon. At the end of the day, fight your own battles, mush, huh? Put one into his rear and track him at the same time. I wonder whether I did an ammo rack on him, because oh no, I didn't. I thought he was being really slow, and I took an unnecessary hit there, but hey ho, it was worth it for the damage. 2,600 damage, only on 71 health, so we can't really take an awful lot of punishment now, but we have broken the enemy over here completely. There's an asshole down to my right, so I need to be careful of him, but there's an IS-3 and an IS-6 that need finishing. IS-3 dies, so I focus on the IS-6. First shot wafts it. Should have aimed better there, Dom, really should. And I'm aiming just above the, there we go, just above the tracks, and someone's just manhandling him like he's a piece of meat. And there we go, pick up the kill. My third kill of the game, amazingly. So the other flank is sort of holding on, is the best way to put it, but our TDs, the Challenger and Dickermax, are supporting on the flank. There's their Nashorn. He's not going to do me the beauty of popping his head out, unfortunately. So I'm going to use these buildings as cover. I've got to be careful of that pattern KR over on the other flank, but I'm going to let the Liberté move forward first, and I'm just going to try and see what I can do to support here. The Nashorn is still down there, so he could conceivably pop out. There goes the T54 Mod 1. I can't get a shot yet on the... oh, there he is. Can we get a shot on him? Where is he? Where is he? He disappears just at the point where I'm ready to fire. Sod Lord. So, oh, there's the Nazon. He's run over there. Really, Mr. Nazon? You thought you could escape? He fires, misses, and he's about to die. I take a shot from the KR, and I take down the Nazon for my 4th kill. KR didn't get spotted when he fired at me, which is slightly unusual, slightly odd, but he did bounce off my very nice turret armour on this thing. There he is now. Don't know whether I'm going to get another shot on him before he dies, but we can have a hope. According to my mod, it's telling me my win rate is 10,000. Of course, the kill shot, I managed to track him only, but at least I get some assistance, I guess. So, GG. Oh, there's still one left. Sorry, I've said GG. But basically, there is one left, which is the Steve 42 is hiding somewhere. He must be up in that K10 area up there, I would imagine. I take a cheeky platoon with the Liberté, because he's got 4 kills and I've got 4 kills, and that will give us brothers in arms. Seems too good an opportunity to be missed. And actually, to be fair, me and the guy, I think it's a Finnish guy, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name. He and I went on to play about another 10 games after this. Funny how you have these impromptu platoons. I don't think any of them was as good as this one, but we had some good games all the same. So yeah. Anyway. And the Steve gets cleaned up by the Oni, and that's it, GG. So I came out with a first class with that. We got Bruiser, Duelist, Fighter, Fire for Effect, Shellproof, Spartan, Brothers in Arms for that cheeky platoon towards the end, and High Caliber. Finished, let's just get this in the right order, there we go. Finished first on the team. 3,521 damage, 4 kills for 1,394 base XP. My platoon buddy, as I say, I went on to play a few games with him afterwards, did 2,080 damage and 4 kills in 992 base XP in the French tier 8 heavy tank, premium tank that came out at the same sort of time. I fired 25 shots, hit with 20 of them, and penetrated with 16 for that 3,500 damage. I took 9 hits in return, 4 of which penned, 5 didn't, and bounced 1,800, which isn't too bad at all. And I got just shy of 1,200 assistance damage. A whopping 119,749 credits for that game. Now I did have to I paid out 20,000 for cola, which I run on this game, so actually I ended up making nearly 84,500 credits. Imagine if I hadn't been using cola, that would have been over 100,000 profit in this tank, which is a monumental amount. 2,091 XP. I was running one of those ×5s at the time, which gave me another 8,300. So in total, over 10,500 experience for my crew, which is phenomenal. Really enjoyed this tank. I played, as I say, about 20 games, something like that, maybe more, in quick succession in the Patriot, and got to really love it as a brawler and as a great tank. And you know, is it OP? Hell, I think it is. I think it really is. I thought the Liberté was going to be my favourite, but this thing is so much fun to play. Just if you wanted proving, I'll show you some of my stats. Just 1 minute.
So is the Patriot OP? Well, I'm just a bog standard average. Actually, that's true. I'm slightly above average player of World of Tanks. My overall win rate is 51.25%. So, you know, on the higher side of average, shall we say. And yet the Patriot, after 73 games, is my highest average experience tank in the game that I've ever played. I have a win rate of 60% and an average XP per game of 881. That's just ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I've only mastered it to the first class. I've not actually ace tanked it either. So 73 battles, 60.27 victories. Only survived 16% of them, so I tend to go a bit balls deep in with it. but I hit. Accuracy is 75%, damage ratio 0.88, destruction ratio 0.77, and effective use of armor 0.73. So damage to enemy vehicles 1,242, and average damage received is 1,406, and average damage with my assistance 558. So look at that. 1,200 damage caused on average, 1,400 damage received on average. The highest I've ever managed so far is 2,091 in this tank, and highest damage I've caused is 3,668 and 4 kills. So, you know, as I say, I'm slightly above average player, and yet I'm getting those kind of results. Just how good are people who are playing this really, really well? Those are some of the medals I've got just so far, if you're interested. There's obviously no badges of excellence available yet. A couple of high calibers, a couple of steel balls, lots of other stuff. This medal here, which I'm going to show you the game of, WoT medal, never even heard of that before, and Brothers in Arms. So yeah, OP. Yeah, I tend to think it may be, but I love it.
So this was another game I played in this sequence of games in the Patriot. This is on, where are we on? Steps. It's a tier 9 game, although there's only 3 tier 9s on each team. Although the enemy have got 2 T55A, got a T55A and a T54 with the Leopard PTA all platooned up. So it's a very powerful platoon. Now, rather than going the conventional heavy route, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to head out towards the cap itself. It's an encounter game, and I think it's the reason why I did this was because I'm not top tier. I prefer, if I'm not top tier, to go where the medium goes in this sort of tank, because it is pretty mobile. However, as I get here, you can see I've got nobody supporting me at all. Nobody with me, so it's kind of now not sure what to do about this. I don't really want to push the cap. Now it looks like the T26E5 is coming with us, so I'm thinking maybe I will just move along a bit further and see what I can see. Clearly there's an AMX CDC and a Bulldog who are heading that route from the enemy team, but yeah, I'd rather, I guess I just was feeling a bit belligerent at this point in the day. I played quite a lot of games, found out how much I like the Patriot as a brawler. I thought, so I'm going to have to push it a bit, and even though there was just 2 of us, and now the AMX is coming over, and the E50 is coming over as well, I think it's time to have some fun, don't you? That was a shot into the T55A, who was over angled, gave me a side, which was very nice of him. I'll also put one into the Leopard because he's a tier 9 as well, so that's 2 hits on two very high tier tanks, which is great. I'm going to be left alone here if I'm not careful. Bounce that shot. Trying to aim for the Leopard because he's easy to pen. And I can take one gun out of the game. Managed to put one through. That looks like that was a commander's hatch on the T55, but he's obviously getting desperate and he's resorted to firing heat at me, and that will go through my turret like butter, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to try and use mobility. I thought, well, if you're using premium, I will too, so I put premium in and then put one through a CDC's turret, which never needed it. I blocked a shot from the T55A, which is rather good. Finally, we've got some support. The E50's come around to help, and there's a light tank as well, the AMX, with me. So the enemy, our team is actually taking the other flank, which is great. Blocked another heat shell from the T55A. Meanwhile, his buddy comes out in the T54, and I managed to put one in him. I've lost my gunner now, so I have to fix him because I need the accuracy that a good gunner gives you. And oh, there goes the T55A, so he's down. I've done 1,200 damage, bounced quite a bit as well. Don't know how much yet, I'll tell you at the end. So I'm deciding it's my time to move on. They've pushed hard at them from the other direction, so we can put one into T54, sorry. T's watch out, so that's another hit into him. He's down to 400 health. Here comes the Bulldog on the top. I'm kind of hoping that somebody takes care of him. And then I've lost my gun, I've lost my driver and my gun from that big hit there. And I'm in a bit of trouble now. I'm bouncing the Leopard, but I managed to take him down. Here comes the T54. I'm still got premium round loaded, which is probably needed at this situation. Managed to take him down while he just hits me as well. So I've lost the gun, I've lost my driver, and I've lost my radio man. I previously had lost my gunner, but I managed to fix him. But obviously I haven't got any medical packs anymore. But that was a fun old engagement against tier 9s on that corner. Really enjoyed that. It was good fun. So I'm just gonna sit in the cap now. My gun's gone. I can't fix my driver. I don't really want to move out. Meanwhile, they clean up the last tank. So GG, great game. So this one was a second class mastery. We got shell proof again, we got duelist, we got fire for effect, and got this medal which I've never seen before. Don't think I've ever won it before. Bilot's medal, awarded to a player who destroys at least one enemy vehicle and survives the battle to victory despite receiving at least 5 different critical hits and 80% or more loss of hit points. So certainly did that. 5 critical hits, I should think so. Well, I lost 3 crew members in that game, let alone, and then the main gun and also tracks. So there you go, 5. And I was down to, well, nothing really in terms of health. Also got the Spartan medal, and we got steel wool, not surprisingly. Finished top on the team on base XP. Yep. 2,226 damage, 2 kills, 1,107 base XP. Fired 16 shots, hit with 11 of them and penned with 10 for that 2,000 damage. And we blocked, well, we hit 13 times, 5 of which penned, 6 didn't, for 2,150 block damage. We also got some cap points, and we got 702 assistance damage. Used rather more premium this time round, and also had the use of the Coca-Cola, so our profits dropped from 84,000 down to just shy of 30,000. Still very acceptable. And again, we were running that times 5, so we ended up with another 8,471 experience, which is pretty monumental. So yeah, really good game. And Bilotti's medal, I've never had that, I don't think. And it seems to be a fairly special epic medal, so I'm quite pleased with that. So anyway, that is the T26E5 Patriot. God awful looking tank, but wow, is it great fun. A brawler, sometimes medium tank. I found even in tier 9 and tier 10 games I can use it like a medium, and it's very effective. The gun is just so quick firing, and it's pretty good penetration really. It can cause some headaches for even higher tier tanks, so thoroughly recommend the Patriot if it comes up for sale at any point soon. Anyway, hopefully you found this useful and enjoyable. If you did, consider giving it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. You just click on the big subscribe button and it'll do the rest for you. So hope you enjoyed it, and as I say, remember, enjoy your games and try not to take it too seriously, and I'll see you again. This is GamerDom signing out. Forgot what I was doing there for a minute.